Good day, teacher, and good day, my fellow schoolmates. We are very happy to be giving us this opportunity to present our study entitled The Political, Social, Economic Issues of Agrarian Reform. And my point, me and my group and my companion pala, my point is all about only the land ownership. And how does it mean if we take the land ownership? How important is land ownership in the Philippines? Always remember that if we're talking about the land ownership, we will be always note the two things. First one is land, two is power. What is agrarian reform? The agrarian reform would give the land all the farmers. And why land is equal to power? It's because if who the owner would right authority their land. What is the relation of land ownership in all the farmers? The land ownership is the part of issues of regarding the state of agriculture in the Philippines. Why? First one of that ownership for the farmers is very important because all of the crop from farmers is have an income. And now, when we're talking about the land ownership, first affected farmers, two, government, three, political dynasty. And me and my group is have a 6 question from our research. And the first one is, what is agrarian reform? And this question will discussed by Ate Jisa Villarasa.
What is agrarian reform? Agrarian reform can refer either narrowly to government-initiated government-backed redistribution of agricultural land, or broadly to an overall redirection of the agrarian system of the country. Which of them includes land reform measures? Agrarian reform can include credit measures, training, extension, land consolidation. Next question is, why we have an agrarian reform? The agrarian reform contributes to relieve the unemployment pressure and to include agricultural production and productivity, although it could not prevent a massive exodus of rural population from the mountains and most marginal areas. Third question is, what is the importance of agrarian reform to the farmers? Agrarian reforms is important to rural democratization and the land-dependent rural poor's enjoyment of basic human rights. Philippine society is shaped by land-based power structures and regional rural elites control of vast tracts of land service as they take to elective office. Who is the beneficiaries of agrarian reform? The beneficiaries of agrarian reform is the farmers, the tellers, or the farm workers who are landless or who own less than 3 hectares of agricultural lands. Filipino citizen, residents of barangay, or the municipalities of there are not enough qualified beneficiaries in the barangay where the land holding is located. What is the effect of agrarian reform? Economy. Agricultural economics study of the allocation, distribution, and utilization of the resource use along with the communities produced by farming. Agricultural economics plays a role in the economic of development. For a continuous level of farm surplus is one of the wellspring of technological and commercial growth. What is the effect of pandemic in agrarian reform? Under the pandemic, agriculture has been weakened further by transport and logistical breakdowns, aimless import liberations, lack of health facilities to contain the virus spread, and poor distribution of amelioration assistance to the rural masses, a group of agricultural and fisheries organizations. And who is and the father of agrarian reform is President Diosdado Macapagal. He is the first father of agrarian reform. Based on Agricultural Land Code or Republic Act number 38844 was inducted on August 8, 1963. This was considered to be the most comprehensive piece of agrarian reform legislation ever enacted in the country that time.
The agrarian reform contributed to relieve the employment pressure to increase agricultural production and productivity. Agrarian reform history, and at this topic we will discuss by Kuya Richard Maglinte.
And now I will discuss to you about history of agrarian reform. Agrarian reform has existed since the period of the following. First is pre-Spanish period. Second is Spanish period. Third is First Philippine Republic. Next is American period, Commonwealth period, and Japanese occupation, and the last is Philippine Republic. Pre-Spanish period. Before the Spaniards came to the Philippines, Filipinos lived in the village or barangay rules by chiefs or datos. The datos comprised the nobility. Then came the mahalikas or freemen, followed by the aliping mamamayan or serfs, and aliping sigigilid or slaves. And the next is Spanish period. When the Spaniards came to the Philippines, the concept of encomienda or royal land grant was introduced. This system grants the encomienderos must defend his encomienda from external stock, maintain peace and order within and support the missionaries. In turn, the encomendero acquired the right to collect tribute from the Indus or native. The next is First Philippine Republic. When the First Philippine Republic was established in 1899, and General Emilio Aguinaldo declared in Malolos Constitution his intention to confiscate large estates, especially the so-called prior lands. Next is American period. Significant legislation and act during the American period. First is Philippine Bill of 1902. Next is Land Registration Act of 1902. Act number 496. The third is Public Land Act of 1903. And the last is Tenancy Act of 1933. Act number 4054 and 4113. The tourist system which the Americans instituted for the registration of land did not solve but problems completely. Either they were not aware of the law, or if they did, they could not pay in survey costs and the other fees required in applying for Torrens title. Commonwealth period. President Manuel L. Quezon exposed the social justice program to address the increasing social unrest in Central Luzon. Next is Japanese occupation. Hakbalahap controlled whole areas of Central Luzon. Landlords who supported in Japanese laws lost their lands to peasants, while those who supported the hawk earned fixed rental in favor of the tenants. And the last is Philippine Republic. After the establishment of the Philippine Independence 1946, the province of land tenurement, there became words in certain areas. Thus, the Congress of the Philippines revised the tenancy law.
And thank you, my fellow schoolmates and ma'am, for listening my our presentation at this time.